We know from the information you recovered from the Vahar system that the Tal Shiar are planning to attack a reman settlement in the Dara system. We have an opportunity to reach the settlement first. This may be a completely internal matter, and if so, the Prime Directive will come into play. We will not be able to interfere, but if there is an outside influence directing these matters, we must know what it is. Our encounters with the Undine and the Changelings have proven that there are entities attempting to move the powers of the Quadrant like pieces in a Cal-Toe game. It is essential to protecting the Federation to see these attempts for what they are and counter them. I want you to go to the Dara system and learn more about the Reman uprising. The Remans will have hidden their base, so you may have to use subterfuge to find it. One more thing. I realize this is a dangerous situation and that you may be drawn into conflict, but do not antagonize the Remans or the Romulans if you can avoid doing so. We are already at war with the Klingon Empire. I would prefer to avoid another extended conflict.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Star Trek Online. In the last episode, we were sent to investigate a planet that the Reman Resistance was planning on destroying with Thaleron weapons. We discovered a Tal Shiar listening outpost there, and with the information we got from that listening outpost, we discovered that the Tal Shiar are planning an attack on the Dara system. And that's where we're being sent now. Let's get into it. Tavral informs me that the Remans are jamming our sensors and there is no way to determine where their base is located without assistance. We need a guide. Any suggestions? Apparently, sensors are picking up a communications satellite nearby. Tavral thinks we should be able to modify it to emit a signal that the Remans will think is from one of their own ships. When the Remans send someone to investigate the signal, we can sensor lock that ship and follow them back to their base. An excellent plan, Tavral. Make it so. Tavral, reconfigure the array. The modifications are complete. When we trigger the transmission, the Remans should think it's from a vessel that is losing power and needs assistance. Tavral informs me that there is a micronebula aft of us. That should be sufficient to conceal the Revenant's energy signature while we wait for our Reman guide to arrive. Helm, set a course for that micronebula. The signal worked. A Reman scout ship is in range and moving to scan the area. Sensor lock confirmed. We'll be able to track them if they go to warp. Detecting a large energy buildup. A Romulan battleship, good lord. And they're firing on the Reman ship. Apparently the scout ship's weapons and engines are damaged, and they're cloaking. However, its engines are damaged, and the sensors are detecting a tachyon leak. They can't stay hidden for long. Tavral thinks that if we can distract the Romulans, the Remans will have a chance to decloak and go to warp. Otherwise, she doesn't think they can last long against the Romulans. If the Reman vessel is destroyed, we'll lose our best chance at finding the base. Red alert, prepare for battle. Helm, close with the Romulan ship. And the Romulans are hailing us. On screen.
Ah, you're a good distance out of your Federation's territory, aren't you? Offer no aid or assistance to these Reman rebels and leave this system immediately. If you do so, I can overlook your intrusion into an internal affair. Otherwise, I would be forced to see your presence here as an invasion of Romulan territory. That would be unfortunate. For you.
Close the channel and prepare to engage. Torpedoes. Fire. As usual, this Romulan warbird is in a state of disrepair. No match for a Starfleet vessel. If they were smart, they'd warp out. But I'm afraid Romulan pride has gotten in the way, and we'll have to destroy them. And there they go. Helm, take us to the Reman Scout. Apparently the scout ship is decloaked, and they'll try to shake us. Devrel says that we need to stay close until we get a lock on the ship's warp signature. Understood. Helm? Oh. Apparently the Reman Scout is cloaking, and more Romulan forces have warped in. Damn. But they are now on fire. It should be done in a second. Did we get a sensor lock? Devrel says that the Reman ship has executed a short warp jump, and she has a lock on their coordinates. Helm, engage. Maximum warp. So this is their base of operations. Devrel isn't picking up any ships here, but she wouldn't be surprised if there are more cloaked ships in the area. Apparently there's something interesting on the planet's surface, however. Sensors are detecting a large underground installation. It could very well be the base that the Reman Resistance is using. The entire area is protected by a magnetic shield, so we can't transport inside. However, Devrel is detecting a series of caverns connected to the installation. I think we should send a team down there and try to find a way to disable or circumvent the magnetic shielding. A Vulcan would not say that. I believe the word fascinating would be more appropriate. Anyway, apparently the underground cavern we are in is natural, but the base itself is a ship, a derelict class. Devrel thinks that the Remans moved a derelict vessel into the cavern. We appear to be in a maintenance area adjacent to the hull of the ship. The Remans likely mine these tunnels for raw materials. Devrel is picking up multiple veins of ore that could be useful if they are replicating ship parts or weapons. Devrel is not reading any way into the ship from here, however. We'll need to find an entrance. Let's get moving. Weapons ready, however. We don't know what wildlife is on this planet. The ground is very crunchy. Oh, Christ. Is that aggressive? It looks aggressive. Yeah, it's aggressive. Stun them, damn it. Is there one behind me? Oh, okay. Well, those are interesting and massive. And very fast. Is everyone alright? Seems like it. More dogs. More very large dogs. God, is this one bigger than the others? Or is it my imagination? God, those are terrifying. Flores says that the consoles in this room appear to operate on the heavy machinery that the remans used to create the cavern. The entrance to the base should be just ahead. The entrance to the ship, you mean? Oh, that looks like a mining laser. And we can probably cut through this with our phasers, right? Apparently the tunnel leads directly into the main area of the base. However, it's completely blocked. I can see that. Tyrell thinks we should try shooting it with a weapon on its highest setting. My thoughts exactly. Well, this isn't doing anything. What is this thing made of? Apparently the gate is made of titanium alloy. No wonder it didn't work. There's no way a hand weapon will blast through it. Zarva thinks we can use that mining laser behind us. If it's operational, we may be able to modify it to do the job. Zarva thinks she saw the controls for the mining laser on the other side of the wall. Right, let's get to them. Hopefully this mining laser can cut through titanium alloy. I think this button activates it. Oh, I'm hearing sounds. What happened? Apparently something went wrong with the mining laser. Zarva thinks we should perform a more detailed scan to determine the source of the problem. Agreed. This is the best way into the base, and if this doesn't work, I have no idea how else we're going to get in. Apparently the mining laser's power system isn't strong enough. We won't be able to cut through the titanium. Zarva thinks that there are several different ways we can fix this. And which one I choose is determined by which career path I chose. I, of course, chose the tactical career path, and my applied tactics instructor always told me to use whatever was available to get the job done. I think I could modify the power cell of a hand weapon to boost the output of the mining laser. Starfleet weapons aren't compatible, however, but the remans might have left something suitable in the cave. Right, let's go find it. Apparently the abandoned lab station was probably used to refine the ore the remans collected while creating this maintenance tunnel, and those are some massive spiders. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Why are they so realistic? That looks like a real spider. Look at that. Other than the size, this looks like a real spider. I mean, look at that. That looks like a rain spider or something. Oh, sorry, I'm admiring the wildlife. What are we doing? Oh, there's some power packs here. How convenient. Although they won't be enough to get this mining laser started, we'll need to find more and combine them. Ah, more power packs. And I see another container of them over there. Oh, these spiders. God, they've got massive pedipalps. Look at those. Unless those are the fangs, in which case, these are some strange spiders. Fangs larger than the pedipalps. Fascinating. Anyway, the power packs, right. I have all the power cells I need, but before I can use them to boost the output of the mining laser, I'll need to fuse them together and install a single control unit that is strong enough to handle the burst of power without burning out. I think I saw equipment suitable for that back in one of the chambers of the cave. This way. Yeah, there it is. I can use this to fuse the power cells together. And they look the same to me, but apparently they're fused together. And they'll fit into the mining laser somehow. I don't know, Zarva will figure something out. The combined power pack is now ready to use. All I need now is to install it in the mining laser and cross my fingers. I'm sure Zarva can make it work. Hopefully. If not, then we're screwed. Right, let's put these power packs into the mining laser. And let's run for cover and hope it doesn't explode. Zarva says that the mining laser has power and should be ready to fire. Let's bloody hope so. Hopefully this wall is strong enough in case it explodes. Activating now. That looks like a dangerous place to stand. Well, Flores is insane, and she stood right next to the bloody laser, but anyway. Apparently the path inside the Reman base is clear. The Remans will be alerted to our presence, however, so we'll need to be careful. But Flores has a feeling that Obasek wants to see us. I suppose it's because there aren't any security forces swarming us right now. I can almost guarantee that they heard the mining laser. Well, let's be ready for anything. Oh, they're just completely ignoring us. Right. Excuse me. Why are you guys fighting the Romulans?
My wife was working on a mining ship. This was not a military vessel. It had no weapons and limited shields. It was not in restricted space, and it threatened no one. The Tal Shiar captured it, and questioned everyone on the crew for weeks. My wife died screaming in a Tal Shiar interrogation chamber. I fight for her.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Fascinating. Well, they didn't attack us, so maybe Obasek is expecting us. I think we can put our weapons away. Zarva thinks the base is remarkable. The Remans must have disassembled the whole ship and beamed pieces of it into the cavern one at a time to construct it. That sounds like a lot of work. Certainly very innovative. I wouldn't have thought of that. Ah, here's a door.
This place won't be safe forever. We have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Prepare the... Ah, it's you. Welcome to the heart of the Resistance, little spy. There is so much for us to discuss, and so little time. The Tal Shiar have discovered this, our last refuge. They will be here soon, and my people and I will have to fight for our lives. Yet one question remains. Will you be our friend, or our enemy?
That remains to be seen.
My hope is that you are here to talk, but I am prepared for the alternative.
If I wasn't here to talk, I'd be highly outnumbered.
The Tal Shiar could arrive at any time. Speak quickly.
Why are you doing this? Why are you fighting the Tal Shiar?
Why? You ask why? This place is one of the last sanctuaries left to my people, and even it is lost to us now. The Romulans have driven us from our homes, destroyed our ships, and captured or killed our loved ones. They seek to exterminate us, and we will not go quietly.
Indeed.
Understand, I do not want this war. I want freedom for my people. It is the Romulans and the Dark Masters they serve who have caused this. Now they must suffer the consequences.
Indeed.
Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Did Sela order these attacks?
This campaign of terror is the Tal Shiar's doing, not the Empress's. Still, Sela does nothing to stop it. There is little love between the Empress and the Tal Shiar. Did you know that many years ago, She was exiled from Romulus for attempting to assassinate the head of their order.
Really?
The Tal Shiar have their own masters, and Sela despises what she cannot control.
Indeed.
Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Well, why do you think the Tal Shiar is doing this?
Hakiv and the Tal Shiar no longer serve the Empire. The demons of air and darkness are their masters now. They whisper in the night for chaos and despair, and Hakiv gives them blood as tribute. Our blood.
Demons of air and darkness. That certainly sounds like an external force influencing things. I suppose this is no longer internal matter, and the Prime Directive no longer applies. Which is good for me, because I don't have to worry about losing my command.
Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Tell me more about these demons that have saved my career.
I have never seen one of these demons, and I will not speak their name, but I know they exist. Eons ago, they ruled this part of the galaxy. After thousands of years of tyranny and death, the races they ruled rose up against them, driving them from their home world into unexplored space. We thought they had been destroyed. We were wrong. The demons of air and darkness survive, and they hunger for revenge.
Fascinating.
Is there anything else you wish to ask?
Well, your intentions don't seem to be malicious, and you say you fight for freedom, which certainly aligns with Starfleet's ideals, so I will not stop you. However, I do not agree with your tactics, as I know you have attempted to use Thalaron weapons in the past.
I am glad you see things my way. Get instructions from your commanders if you must, but the battle rages, and we must join it. With your help, my people will be free.
I certainly hope so.
I'm pleased you see that my cause is just. We can do great...
Sir, Romulan transporter signals detected.
Oh, Christ.
The Tal Shiar have entered the base.
Start the evacuation. We must get the civilians out. Commander Rashna, transport the reinforcements here. Tell them to assist our new ally. I will return to my ship and attempt to hold off their forces. Help my soldiers defend this base. Fight well, my friend. My people are counting on you.
Well, we'll do what we can. A message from the Revenant. Apparently they've lost a transporter lock on us and the away team. The Tal Shiar must have activated a transport inhibitor. We'll have to find that inhibitor and shut it down before we can get out of here. I suspect the Tal Shiar will soon start orbitally bombarding, and it sounds like they've already started. This base won't last long, and those are Tal Shiar forces. Open fire. It seems they were somewhat stunned at seeing Starfleet officers down here, which gave us the element of surprise. But I doubt we will be able to use it again. God, they're throwing plasma grenades all over the place. The floor is covered with burning plasma. God, I hate the lighting in here. It's so depressing and blue. Although I suppose the remans are photosensitive, so it should be perfect for them. This looks like the commander. He seems to have some sort of personal shield, but we've overwhelmed it. Ah, here's the transport inhibitor. Disabling it now. Flores says that the remans should be able to handle it from here. She thinks we should return to the ship and report to Admiral Tenay. Obasek trusts us. I don't know if he's right about the outside influence on Hakiv's actions, but I'm sure that he believes that his demons are real, and I certainly hope that they are real for the sake of my career, because I, well, kind of interfered in a potentially internal matter, which is a violation of the Prime Directive. Anyway, Revenant, 5 to beam up.
I sympathize with Obasek's plight, but I do not know if we will be able to assist him. He has no proof of these demons that he claims are directing Hakiv's actions. Without that, becoming directly involved in this conflict would be a violation of the Prime Directive. We will protect the Federation, offer aid to the refugees, and keep this conflict from spilling over into our territory. But if Obasek and his followers are going to continue this fight, they will do so without Starfleet support.
Understood, Admiral. And she didn't mention anything about me losing my command, which is a relief. There's more going on here, we can't just ignore it.
I agree with you. There is more to this story, and we must continue to follow the trail until all is revealed. As I have said, directly assisting the Remans against the Tal Shiar would be interfering with an internal affair, and that is prohibited by Starfleet regulations. However, I will authorize you to continue investigating this matter. If you can find evidence that supports Obasek's claims, then more options will be open to us.
Thank you, Admiral. At least we can do something. Well, that's all for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content and you'd like to see more, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and it means a lot to me. And, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.